It's time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2016 Sjporr Challenge is dedicated to your friend and ours, Paul Wickstein. Brought to you by Brewcraft USA, I Make, Gladfield Malting, Yakima Valley Hops, The Grain Bill, Brewers Exchange, Keg Kingdom Homebrew Supply, Hiraki Homebrew, and a special thanks to our silver sponsors. Howdy folks, Sjporr here in Little Face Brewing. I'm actually doing up a brew on the Grainfather. And I have my buddy here joining along today, and thought it'd be fitting. My sparge water just finished. Set that there. And let the Grainfather drain as we get into more pressing and more, shall I say, orders of business. Right now, I am drinking on a at least a 2, maybe 3-year-old Sjporr Challenge beer that was from Maine Brew Guys. It was his Pilsner. I'm sporting an Sjporr Challenge t-shirt from previous years. I'm sitting amongst products from our sponsors for the Sjporr Challenge. And you're wondering why I have this set up here. Well, it's because it's time. It is time, it is time, it is time to let you guys know who you voted to be the world's best homebrewer. It's finals time, baby. 2016 Sjporr Challenge results are in. It's done. It's over. We know the winner. And the winner is, not quite that fast. Not quite that fast. You had to know that was coming. You had to know. I need to wet my whistle just a little bit. Gary, she held up quite well. Before I get into a whole lot here, I do have notes. Set that there. I want to give a shout out, first and foremost, to our sponsors this year. Our sponsors really stepped up to the plate and made this whole thing possible. Brewcraft USA. They're the ones that, as you can see, some products here from Brewcraft USA. I Make, the makers of Mangrove Jack and the Grainfather. Yakima Valley Hops. Hiraki Homebrew. Gladfield Malts. The Grain Bill. Keg Kingdom. Brewers Exchange. Finney's Homebrew Emporium. Beersmith. BrewTubers Online Brewing Club. Omega Yeast Labs. Balin's Brewery, and Extreme Brewing. Now these folks stepped up and really hit it out of the park for us. Them and along with the brewers that took place in the challenge as well. So I'm going to give you guys an applause, and I thank you. I thank you very, very, very much. So now that I have these results in, I want to give you just a few stats from this year. Numbers wise, the spread from first place down to 9th place in the world, there was only a spread of 3.125 points. That's, and I'm not going to say the last place guy, just happened to be the person that finished in that spot. That's 3 points difference. That's incredible. That right there goes to show how close the scoring was on these beers. From 4th place to 9th place, there was only a spread of, 2.071 points. So 4th to 9th, that was a real close, real close race. Between 1st and 3rd, there was only a spread of 0.483 from 1st to 3rd. That's tight. That is extremely tight. It literally took up until the very last beer was scored and uploaded for us to be able to go through and figure out all of the where everybody laid. I mean, it took us to that very last spot. I also want to give the hubs a huge shout out and thank you for really pulling through and doing everything and getting this through to the end. We added an extra couple days here on the end, but here it's Sunday. Our homepage had it set up that Friday, our U.S. time, was end. It actually ended last night, so we only extended it by 1 day. With all of the issues we had in the international shipping, you guys did a phenomenal job. Thank you to the finalists, all of you, for when you got your beers, you went in and you got it done. And you pretty much kept us on track. So thank you so much. All of the countries that made it in to the finals, all the brewers, out of all the countries that made it, all countries that were represented in the top 4. That means we had great beers coming from all over the place. I mean, that is awesome. 2 of the top 3 are out of the same country. What else do we have here? Well, let me just kind of move into some of the numbers. Why don't I? So I'm going to start off. We're going to work our way up from the bottom. And I don't mean by the bottom, but you get what I'm saying. In 9th place out of the UK with a score of 26.5, ID number 89T 62E 23D, Jonathan Ellis. Now, he was one of our hubs for the UK. Thank you, Jonathan. He had an issue at the end and actually had to drop out due to an infection with his rebrew. And we didn't have anybody to take his place, didn't have enough time at that point. So he came in 9th place. Thank you. Great job. Great job. Coming in 8th place with a score of 27.429, ID number 34D 53S 54C, out of New Zealand, Grant Baker, who is also one of our hubs. He was the New Zealand hub. Great job on getting the beers. My challenge was getting the beers to New Zealand. I got them there twice, but only one time they stayed. For getting those beers and getting them out to the guys, and then your guys, hitting it out of the park and getting the beers done and rated in the whole 9 yards. So congratulations, Grant. Phenomenal beer. Coming in 7th place with a score of 27.875, ID number 95A 36S 97Y, out of the UK, Oliver Blands. Congratulations on a 7th place visit on a 7th place finish. Fantastic job, Oliver. Congratulations. Coming in 6th place with a score of 28.143, ID number 85D 65Y 76J. And I just want to comment on this one here. I had the ability to be able to go in and see some comments, and I've had other folks going. A lot of people talk very highly of this beer. Out of New Zealand, Paul Finney. Thank you so very much with a great, great, great world finish of 6th place. Fantastic. In 5th place, with a score of 28.429, ID number 86H99W32N, out of the U.S., Andrew Cooper finished 5th in the world. So right there, we've already, there's at least one of every country pulled out there. So if you're keeping up, you're checking names off the list. You know that we only have 4 left. So coming in 4th place with a final score of 28.571. These spots here from 4th through 6th, those 3 beers are really close, and they were really tough to, I mean, you got, they're like less than a point apart from each other. A score of 28.571, ID number 36Y46Z93D, out of New Zealand, Stefan Brandt. Congratulations on your 4th place finish. So there you have 4th through 9th. Congratulations, guys. I need to take a bit of a sip here. So let's move on to the top 3, shall we? If you've been playing along and you've checked the names off, you know we have 3 places left. We have 28V-74L-58Z left. We have 57F-29P-36D left. And we have 79W-34Z-86J left. Those are the 3 beers that are left. We have a score. The 3rd place score is 29.142. And that comes from ID number 28V-74L-58Z, out of the U.S., Kevin Clements. Congratulations, Kevin, for a 3rd place finish out of the world. He's our coordinator for the challenge. He's one of the ones in the back end that keeps me sane for the most part. So congratulations on a 3rd place finish, Kevin. Fantastic beer. A little deal on his beer. It was a ultralight milk stout, 4.2% ABV. Chocolate, roast, and lightly nutty on the nose and taste. A touch of bitterness on the finish. So that was the description off of his beer. Congratulations. So that leaves 2 people left. 2 people. And those 2 people are Manuel Roman Vicus and Joshua Hoover. And you can hear my phone blowing up in the background. These guys are chomping at the bit to find out who the winner is. So those are the 2 left. So I'm going to give you a score at the end here. And well, I'm just going to go right into 2nd place. That way we know who 1st place is. I think I've drawn this out long enough, haven't I? Maybe not quite. With a score of 29.429, ID number 79W34Z86J, out of the U.S., Josh Hoover, Man Bear Pig 112233445, out of San Diego, he California. Brewed a red session coffee IPA designed to be a fuller light beer and was achieved through the use of oats, lactose, and a high mash temperature. Coffee malt was used in place of actual coffee beans so that the coffee would be present but not overpowering. Red X is the base. Congratulations, Josh, on a 2nd place win. That leaves one person left, and you guessed it, with a score of 29.625. ID number 57F29P36D, out of the UK, I believe Spain, Manuel Roman Vicus, 1st place. You, sir, are the best homebrewer in the world 2016. His beer was a Session Saison, 4.3% ABV, session style made with styrene goldings and Hallertau Blanc, a refreshing Belgian. There you have it. Huge congratulations goes out to Manuel Vicus. How cool is that? You're the best brewer 2016. 2016 Sjporr Challenge, baby. Brew a sessionable beer for a thirsty world. You did it. And what's even better, now I get to go back to Brewcraft USA. And I get to talk with those folks. And I get to say, okay, let's work up some kits, because the best beer in the world is a Session Saison. The second best in the world is a Red Session Coffee IPA. And the third is an ultralight milk stout. So, time for me to be, holy cow, my phone is blowing up. Time for me to get some more work done on the challenge on the end there to see what those folks, how we're going to work that out, because the way we started this year off was these beers were going to be made into kits to so that you, the brewers out there, home brewers across the world, can brew the best homebrew in the world. Oh, this is so cool. So incredibly cool. What do you think, Paul? Cheers. Couldn't have came out any better. Could not have come out any better. It has been an incredible year. The 2016 Sjporr Challenge, success. We started off with an idea and we finished up with a winner. I'd say perfect. Wouldn't you? Yes, indeed. Well, I'm out of here. Stay tuned for what we're going to be doing for 2017. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm not letting the cat out of the bag yet, but I'm thinking if we could pull this off, we actually have some test runs that we need to do. On some certain things. We had a meeting on Friday night to discuss some ways to make the challenge better. So this next one is a challenge. Boy, baby, this next one's a challenge. This is Sjporr from Little Face Brewing. Cheers to the winner of the Sjporr Challenge, Manuel Vicus. Cheers. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Brew beer. Brew wonderful beer. Cheers.
Enjoy the fruits of your labour, folks. Brew beer. Oh, this is good.